session 2 of Unit 6. The unit is about components of a lesson plan. And in this session, we are looking at the components, lesson objectives, relevant previous knowledge, and teaching and learning resources. Let's look at the objectives. By the end of this session, you should be able to write lesson objectives for the various chemistry topics that you will teach. Determine the relevant previous knowledge of your students for every chemistry topic you teach, and then determine the teaching learning resources you will need to effectively deliver any chemistry topic. The lesson objectives. We have already looked at objectives in detail, how you can write it. Here we are looking at its application. You are now going to teach a particular concept and you are writing a lesson for it, and you need objectives. The objectives are what the teacher hopes his students will have been able to do by the end of the lesson. An example: by the end of the lesson, the students should be able to remember this thing we have already looked at. We are saying you don't need to write at the end of this lesson, and you don't also have to write the students. You need to write in terms of each student. It means every student should benefit from the lesson and should be able to achieve the objectives that you have stated. So by the end of the lesson, the student should be able to define specific heat capacity, draw von Haber cycles. Okay, so this is an example of objectives. What about the relevant previous knowledge? The experiences that students have that can foster or help them understand the lesson you are going to, or the concept you are going to present to them. So the teacher states in his lesson plan his students' experiences which he thinks or knows have bearing on or are related to the topic. Here, to don't be confused, is not necessarily what you have taught. It could be something in their environment. Don't limit, or don't only be looking at what you have taught, so that if what you have taught doesn't have bearing with what you are going to teach, then you ignore your RPK. In that case, how would you teach a fresher, or let's say in the SHS, the form ones who have just come, and your first day of presenting concept to them? How would you present? How would you state your RPK, since it's the first time you are going to teach them? They might have had experiences from the JHS, or it could be in the environment. Okay, so we are looking at an example, RPK for ionization energy. Students have previously studied, then you continue, effective nuclear charge, shielding, or screening effect. Now, you should note that these objectives that you are asking, this RPK that you are stating here, you are going to review it. You are going to ask from the students groups and periods of the periodic table. Alright, teaching learning resources. What are the materials to take with you to foster understanding or to aid in the delivery of the concepts or the lesson? So here, you need to note the materials or equipment or other resources which are to be taken to the classroom. Apart from this, you indicate in the plan the particular stage at which the particular resource or material should be used and how it is going to be used. And so, the resources must emphasize particular points raised in the lesson more effectively. And this is where we are going to end this very session. We are ending with these self-assessment questions. Please try to provide solution to it. It will help you in developing a lesson plan.